Hello guys, today we're going to be doing what if Deku was the reincarnation of Darth Vader. So we start right after, Star Wars pretty much ends, Darth Vader is dead, even though he died a decent time before Star Wars end, but anyway. When Star Wars is gone, Darth Vader gets transferred to somewhere else, where he speaks to this man. This man tells him that he'll be reincarnated into another person. Darth Vader asks as if he could at least see who he's reincarnating into. And the person says a little boy named Izuku Midoriya. In their world, they have powers called quirks. And you're going to keep all your force abilities, and you're going to be able to have your lightsaber come out of the palm of your hand to make it like your quirk and make it as dangerous and as gentle as you want. So, say if you had a wooden sword, if you really wanted it, you can change your lightsaber to make it not exactly like a wooden sword. It will still look like a lightsaber, but it will feel like a wooden sword. If you want it to feel like a real sword, it will feel like a real sword. If you want it to feel like a lightsaber, it will feel like a lightsaber. And that will be pretty much all your abilities. So I'm going to start the reincarnation process. And that's when Darth Vader gets reincarnated. Yeah. So... Oh, I forgot to mention, guys. I'm so sorry. I always do this in the middle of what ifs. New intro. And yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. Yeah, anyway. Darth Vader / Deku is born. And, he doesn't show his powers off yet. And he doesn't, he's not Darth Vader, so he doesn't. Well, he is Darth Vader's reincarnation, but he's not fully Darth Vader. So yeah, or Anakin Skywalker, to be more specific. And yeah, a few years later, when Deku's like 2 or 3, Deku's inside the house, the house with Inko, and it goes showing him her telekinesis, and Deku tries to do the same thing and ends up lifting an entire chair, and they're both shocked. Deku is immediately taken to the quirk doctor, where they say that he doesn't have a quirk, but then Deku shows the doctors his ability. So they call him, or so they give him, or they just see that he has a power. They're not gonna give him just a name. They're just gonna keep it as a quirk. Maybe it's a different thing in the quirk gene. Something weird happened. So anyway, a few weeks later, Deku's gotta go his first day in daycare. Deku really doesn't want to go because he thinks school is going to be annoying with all the people. And once he gets there, he says, "Mom, please, Mom, don't make me go." And then Inko says, "You got to. I had to go to work." And Deku finally gives in. He ends up going. And... Or gives up, sorry, not giving. Gives up. Once he gets in there, once he opens the door, everybody stares at him. Deku just ignores the stares and then sits down in a chair, and a boy named Katsuki Bakugo walks up to him and says, "Hey," and starts talking with Deku, trying to, know what he's like. And Deku and Bakugo wants to race because, Bakugo was like, "I bet you're not faster than me." And Deku, he was like, "Oh, I bet." So they both got ready, and then it was go. Both of them started running, but then Bakugo accidentally hit something, and it was about to land. The thing almost fell over and almost landed on top of Bakugo, but then Deku uses telekinesis and stopped the object and put it back to its place. I'm sorry. And then everybody was like, "Oh, Deku, you have a quirk?" And Deku's like, "Yeah." Everybody's shocked. Bakugo's happy. And yeah, I forgot to say, since the doctors didn't find out what his quirk was about, they were trying to figure out the ability, so they did some tests. They didn't find much out, but they said that all his abilities will come out soon. So yeah, Deku ends up, he gets praised, and a few years later, when he's 5, everybody else gets their quirks, and Bakugo is the main person, thinks he's the best now. He says he has a better quirk than Deku. Deku doesn't really care. He said we could both be heroes together. And since Deku kind of rubbed off on Bakugo, Bakugo's like, "Alright, yeah, sure." And yeah, they started trading their quirks ever since then. And Deku's Bakugo is way less of a jerk. So he's not a bully. He's not aggressive. As aggressive, he's aggressive, but not that aggressive. And yeah, a few years later, when they're 13 years old, 13, 14, I don't know, it's their last day, and Deku ends up, or no, not Deku, Deku and Baku go in the class, and the teacher says, this is the papers that you guys wanted about the jobs, or we had you guys write for the jobs, and for what job you wanted, or what person you, oh my god, what job you wanted to have when you became an adult. And then he just flings the papers in the air, and he starts laughing, and then he says, "Psych, I know you all want to be heroes." And everybody starts using their quirks, besides Deku and Bakugo. Bakugo just ignores them. Same with Deku. And then the teacher says there was 2 people that want to go to UA. It's Deku and Bakugo. They're both like, yeah, and yeah, pretty much nothing happens, really. They leave, or Deku leaves the building, and Bakugo says, hey, you want to come with us, or you want to come with me to train? And Deku politely declines and says that he's got some stuff to do at home. So Deku takes the same path he does in canon and ends up going under a bridge. And then, and this is the point where like Deku's unlocked all his abilities, so he knows that a lightsaber can come out of his palm and be everything once. The Sludge villain jumps out at him. He freezes the Sludge villain. Well, not freezes it, but stops it in its path with the force push, and pushes the Sludge villain back, and it hits the wall, and then tries to jump ahead again, but then he sees a blue glowing blade slice him in half. The only time it will turn red is if he turns to a dark path. Anyway, slices him in half. It doesn't burn him because it's not on. Let me kill you. No, but it does hurt. So the Sludge villain screams, and then All Might appears and sees Deku with the lightsaber and is confused on what happened. And the Sludge villain's like, I give up, please take me away from that kid. And then All Might's like, what did you do? And Deku said I just sliced him with my quirk, or what I like to call it, this part of my quirk, lightsaber. And All Might says, that's not a part of your quirk, that's a weapon. And then Deku just slides it back in his hand, and now it's a part of his body. It's gone. And then All Might's like, okay, so it really is a part of your quirk. Deku is like, yeah. And All Might puts the Sludge villain, since there's two halves of him, he puts him in two bottles. And he puts them both in his pockets. And Deku says, can I be a hero? And All Might replies with yes, or with your type of quirk, and if you train or with hard work, you could probably become a hero. And then he jumps off. Deku just starts walking home after this, and then he hears explosions and immediately starts running towards the explosions and sees a whole bunch of heroes in Bakugo. Bakugo, his best friend. He doesn't even care about the heroes. He doesn't even care to ask them, nothing. He just immediately starts running and pulls out his lightsaber and jumps. He jumps over the Sludge villain, doing us with the spin, and slices the Sludge villain from its back, and then basically just runs around and slicing the Sludge villain off of Bakugo, making sure he doesn't hit Bakugo, because he still has all of the sword skills that are lightsaber skills that Darth Vader has. So yeah, he slices at Bakugo pretty easily. He's able to cut Bakugo out, and he grabs him and uses this to and then once Bakugo gets out, Bakugo says he's ready to fight. Help Deku fight. And Deku says no, he's got this, and slices the Sludge villain straight in half. And All Might comes out of nowhere again. I said no, I didn't mean All Might. Sorry. The heroes go to Deku and scold him for that, but they do say he could be a great hero, showing his bravery and all the other things he just showed off. Literally just defeated a villain by himself. and they pick up the Sludge villain and send him in jail. And all the press tries to talk to Deku, but Deku just runs away as fast as possible. And then All Might, then All Might comes and asks Deku if he wants one for all. And Deku, will he accept it? Does he accept it, or will he decline? Please comment down below. This time, actually comment down below, or do I have to make my sister debate again? Because I really don't want the debate. And I guess no one's still watching the video. All this hard work for nothing. Anyway, peace out, everybody. Oh, and if you actually are here, you actually deserve this. You really do. You're a legend. Whoever you are a legend for making it to the end of the video. Peace out, everybody, and good